Hold on.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You lied and I died.
I feel a little woozy, yeah. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
Come and get it. So either put the gun down now or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I don't even know what to say right now, guys. I am genuinely at a huge loss for words. I mean, bummed out doesn't even begin to describe how I'm feeling right now. I hate this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is something I'm super bummed out about. Man, I'm still trying to get the news out there and get it processed. And the news that we've heard today already today. First, we hear Roman's coming back. You know, Roman's going to come back. Roman's going to have a part in the new Scream film. That's bad enough. We've known for a while that Stu was coming back. We knew for a while Matthew Lillard was coming back. It's been something that's been out there for a little bit. We haven't been able to talk about it. Our source asked us please not to say anything. We kind of talked about it a little bit during the Scream 2 watch along. We didn't go into too deep a detail, but we did talk about how Stu was expected to return for Scream 7. But man, this just like now seeing it's official. I'm sorry, my phone is literally blowing up, guys. Like, all these people are just hitting me up like, yo, are you seeing this? Yo, are you seeing this? Matthew Lillard just put out a thing on Instagram that says, my mom and dad are going to kill me. Oh, my mom and dad are going to be so mad at me. I don't know. Like, this is, yeah, Matthew Lillard himself put up, my mom and dad are going to be so mad at me with an exclamation point on Instagram just now. Like, what the fuck? I don't think it's going to be what people assume, as in him being a mastermind ghost face, unless it's just a Billy Ghost. I don't know, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be something, you know, like a bit piece, maybe. Sorry, my cat's in there meowing. It's driving me nuts. I think he'll have like a little role, maybe. Maybe even like a flashback or something like that. Because like I said, with the news of this and Roman in the same day, like, what is up, guys? Awesome. What's up, Gory? What's up, Adrian? Hey, Amanda. Trying to catch up on everybody. I'm sorry. Thank you, brother. Get it up. Yeah, I'm fucking like, it's looking like Sydney is going to be haunted in some way. But then, see, that's what I'm wondering. When we have the release of Roman and Matthew in the same day, that was where my first thought went, was maybe, you know, we're going to have Sydney seeing all the ghosts from her past. So how long until we get, Mrs. Loomis back? How long until we get Mickey back? You know, are we going to be able to get them back too? I'm really hoping that he's not alive. I don't know. Like, again, this is something that I'm just not in for, I guess. Man, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm like shocked. We knew it was happening. We were told it was happening, but at the same time, I didn't expect it. I thought that at the very least, it was going to remain a secret. and people weren't going to it was going to be a shock in the movie theater. But I think now this is their way of selling tickets. You know, like this is how they're going to get people in the seats, I guess. So what do you guys think? How do you think this is going to go down? I want to know what you guys think as well. Sorry, I hate being on my phone while we're streaming, but it's blowing up right now. And I'm trying to Ashley's at work. I'm trying to send her the link to see if she can come and join for a little bit, but just damn, this is not. I don't know. Like I'm seriously at a loss for words. Like I really am. It was peer pressure. He's so sensitive. I think in order to make it work, they would have to make him be alive still. Thank you for sharing it out, Anthony. I appreciate it. Hello, Jeannie. How are you, Wrestling God? Nice to see you. Yeah, I think he's alive but severely injured, Kyle says, which is definitely a possibility. Like I said, I've said this many a time, guys, but if Stu comes back, I was expecting it to be something like this. Like this is how I was expecting to see Stu Macher in a new Scream film. I just like to say I'm shocked is putting it mildly. And we knew it was going to happen. And I think that's why we were set to talk about this. What's up, Frank? We were set to talk about this on Monday. We got the okay to have a conversation about this on Monday. But since I think that's probably why we got the okay is because they knew that this was going to be happening. So what do you guys think of this? Like, I can't be the only one talking here, man. I feel weird now that I'm the only one talking about it, but I would share it. But my only follower is you. Proud to be that follower. I do have mixed opinions about this whole thing, but we'll have to see. I think that, expect an Emma Roberts announcement next. If that happens, T. Parker, then we really know. Like, then we really, really know. Because, like I said, like it was weird enough to see that we were going to have Roman coming back. Like that was weird enough. Like we got Roman coming back. He's going to be back. And then like the exact same day that we find that out, we find out this about Matthew Lillard. And again, I'm happy for Matthew Lillard. Like I'm glad to see him coming back. Like I think I love Matthew Lillard. I don't think that's a secret. I don't think I've ever made that a secret. But at the same time, like I just feel like it's been so long since we've had him in the franchise that it just doesn't make any sense for him to come back now. I'm assuming it's for a dream sequence or a flashback. The Scream movies have been doing the I died, but you brought me back and it's driving me nuts. Expecting Mickey and Charlie coming back as well. I wonder if Sydney's daughter is dating Stu Macher's son. History repeats itself. That would be crazy. They were talking about it because Matthew Lillard appeared in a couple movies uncredited. My YouTube crashed when I saw the news about Stu. LOL, totally fine with that. Yeah, I just like I said, I'm torn here. I think that it makes the most sense that it's what Cody was saying. There's like she's haunted by the ghosts of Ghostface's past. I feel AI deepfake is going to be involved, similar to the voice changer in Scream 3. And that's what I was just talking about, Brad. I think this is a really weird decision to announce that Roman and Stu are coming back on this in the same day. I think this is Spyglass's way of trying to get people more excited about the film. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'm tired of all the Scream announcements. Wish it was kept secret, but I'm here for the company amongst good friends, and we're glad you are, man. I'm glad you're here, Frank. It makes sense to bring him back as a killer because the thing is, see, and you know what? that's what I'm really worried about, honestly, Wrestling God, is I think that it's going to come out that Stu was the one that killed Dewey. I think they're going to come out and say it was Stu that killed Dewey. Stu's been behind it the whole time. We just saw that, Dave's Gamer World. That's awesome. Oh, man, I'm just... Sorry, I'm texting Ashley again. So we know now that Matthew Lillard's coming back. Stu's back. We know now that Roman is coming back. We got Roman back today. With the cast they already have, it's like this, Mike. I've already said it. If he comes back, he needs to look like this. That's how we need Stu back, is looking like that on TV. And I have this here for many months. Look how wrong I am. Like, this is me trying to figure out what the fuck's happening in Scream 7. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, I don't... Man, oh man. I got a couple theories for Roman and Stu. What happened with the 5 and 6 will explain everything, but for now, I'll tell you guys about it tomorrow. Okay, cool. And we just watched Scream 2, maybe Scream 3. We might have to watch Scream 3 next, Nightmare. Because I think that we wanted to do a watch along of 5 and 6. I did call this during our watch along on Monday, T. Parker. Like, summon a gun. Scream has no balls. I'm pretty much done with it. If they had killed Sydney in 4 and had Jill survive so she could be the killer again for 5, that would have been great. I would have liked that too. I think we need a movie where the killer doesn't die in the film. Maybe flashbacks with him. Stu was supposed to be there for Scream 3. It's so poetic. I mean, I get it. I really do. But how have we gone 6 films in between these two without an explanation of where he's been? You know, we go with 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So those 5 films right there with one mention of Stu in all 5 of those films. And it was the whole, if you really believe he's dead thing. But again, this could just be something like everybody's saying. It could be flashbacks or a dream sequence or something like that. And we're making it way bigger than it is. And they know that we're doing that. So I'm thinking they're bringing back an original Ghostface to kill Sydney. Ooh. I'm saying coma for Stu. Okay, so he's better than coma this whole time. Jill should have kept the legacy going because there was so much. I do think that Jill is probably the most underrated Ghostface we've ever had. I think that was one of the better motives. I thought his parents are filthy rich and paid people off. Definitely possible. I saw the name of the stream and instantly told my mom that Scream 7 is going to be hot garbage, probably. Not surprised. Spyglass is desperate to get people interested. And that's another thing I thought, Visitor Zeta. At the very beginning, I said, this is going to put butts in the seats. They know that they're in a lot of trouble. Spyglass does. They know that they screwed the pooch with all the stuff that happened. So they're trying to pull out every single stop they possibly can to get butts back in the seats. Yes, if this is your first time here, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot, and it really helps the channel. Think he's going to be hiding, and also he faked his own death. It would also make a lot of sense. He did start it all. So, I mean, like, man, I get it. But, man, it's a lot to take in a day. Even Matthew Lillard hinted at being in the movie. I've seen interviews. I think I remember watching on Drew Barrymore show, and he kind of hinted at it. I don't really have any theories because this is too much. Wowzer, Stu, and Roman. Maybe it's just for flashbacks. See, I really agree. Can he dooby-doo, baby? Maybe he wasn't dead. Maybe he was just grounded this whole time because his parents were really mad at him. That would make sense. I don't know, man. Like, this the news today has hampered my excitement for the film. And I didn't. Again, we knew he was coming back. Like we knew that Stu was coming back. One of our sources had told us already, and the source that told us is very, very good with the information that we get. They've broken a lot of news to us that wasn't released yet, that we couldn't break until later, and we ended up breaking news later, and it was because of them. I never credit them because they asked not to be. I never out them because they asked not to be. They asked to please stay behind the scenes, and I'm fine with that. But when we heard the news, I was like, yeah, okay, I believe it. But at the same time, I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way. So getting the actual confirmation today that he is coming back, not just from Deadline, but from Matthew Lillard himself. Matthew Lillard himself confirms that they're coming back. So we didn't see the aftermath. We didn't see the TV getting off his face. So we know that he was dead. So there's a possibility. Now we know he's alive since he's in the movie. Possibilities are endless. It can't be a money issue with Lillard because I would think he's doing really good for himself lately. Shaggy Screamy Doo. What's up, Eli? Ghostly Billy and Stu. I don't think they would spoil him being in it if he was a major part of the movie. That's another thing. Or I thought for sure the way that they would announce it was at the very end of the trailer, you'd have the corny ass and it's Matthew Lillard's face right at the end of the trailer. So people were like, "Oh shit!" I thought that there would be something like that. That's where my brain went. Was that they would end up doing something like that. Matthew Lillard made his post, and I think that post is so funny. I just watched it a second ago. I wasn't able to see the entire game stream, so I'll go back and watch the whole thing. Excited for Walking Dead season 2. This whole thing is nuts. Like I said, I've just been I feel really happy for my buddy Craven right now. Everybody was on that Stu train, Stu. I feel really happy for all them. I think this is cool. I think that a lot of people like Nathan, obviously, is very, very happy about this. And that's awesome. That's really cool. I'm glad that you guys are so excited about this. I'm not, man. I want to be. The thing is, they are doing this to spark our imagination, and all it is. Is it a video method or something he recorded before his death? Maybe they bring him back. They should do another Scooby-Doo. If they're going to bring him back, hell yeah, I agree with that. Is the greatest thing ever if they can pull it off with no bad writing and no bullshit. This could be the greatest Scream movie ever. Kevin's vision has now become full force. This is cool. We just don't like how he got here. I think that's it. Yes, that's why the post on Insta. I probably will end up liking the movie. You're right. I probably will. I don't know. I think that today has left me with way more questions than answers. I think that, I'm wondering how they're going to do this stuff. My big fear now is they're going to try to retcon things that happened between 2 and 6. And I don't want them to do that because if anything, Scream has always been a model of consistency. And so to see them go a route like this where it seems almost unrealistic, I think that's the scariest part to me. Because like I said, Scream has always been a through line of consistency and no retconning, no bullshit. It was just straight up. And I don't know how they're going to be able to pull this off now. Yes, Nightmare. Scream and Child's Play are the two most linear franchises in horror. They really are. Jason, Friday the 13th to me, I look at all those movies with the exception of 4, 5, and 6. I look at all of them as their own standalone entries in the franchise. You don't have to watch 1 to understand 8. But gosh. And Evil Dead's up there, Castellar. Child's Play, Evil Dead, and Saw are probably my 3 favorites. What's up, Spider John? You know what we're talking about, buddy. Give us a Screamland horror theme park. That would be dope. Everybody that was saying Stu is confirmed. Oh no, Matthew's playing Stu. He's playing Stu. They got to make it fresh again without the retconning. But another thing I've heard is that this movie is going to be much different than other Scream movies. It's not going to be the same like Scream formulaic thing, which is fine. You know, I think that's fine. I know you did, Spider John. Oh man, if Scream 7 sucks, at least we get scary. Exactly. Yeah, Stewie, and that's it. You know, like I said, to announce Roman and Matthew on the same day, or Stu on the same day, it's really, really weird to me. I mean, and I a part of me gets it, honestly, because with the internet now, and especially with the Scream fans and Scream fandom being the way it is, this was going to get leaked. You know, it was going to. So they kind of got ahead of that and they just released it themselves. But I don't know if man, my favorite role Matthew Lillard played, any Connor, even above Scream and Scooby-Doo, is SLC Punk. I think his role in SLC Punk is the best thing he's ever done. It's emotional, it's funny, it's everything he did in SLC Punk it was a huge inspiration to me as a kid. But I will always think that was my favorite role of his was Salt Lake City Punk. It's just one of my all-time favorite non-horror movies. Like, you know, you got Back to the Future, you got Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you got Angus, you got SLC Punk is up there, Basketball is up there. Skeet Ulrich being in Scream 5, probably the last jaw-dropping moment for this franchise. This is what I agree with, 100%. 100%. Way too many characters. There's a lot of characters in this movie already. Like, there's already a shit load. I'm going to guess on what happens here. After Stu takes off the mask, he's going to say, "Surprise, Sydney, and that you should never abandon me when I needed you the most. Now everybody suffers." Okay. Without a Paddle is very good. Randy said, "Going back to the beginning, remember something you thought was true but really wasn't." Crazy Country Boy, good point. Going back to the beginning to find out that Stu was never really dead. So that's another possibility here. Very, very good possibility. I'm going to have to see it. Yeah, dude, it's so good. So good, man. You got a big cast, too. Like, Sawa's in it. Jason Segel's in it. Matthew Lillard's in it. Really helped me growing up as a punk rock kid. In a non-punk rock area. SLC Punk was a huge, huge inspiration for me. I know it's kind of basic. Yeah, Without a Paddle, that's a good answer, though. That movie's funny. Alternative title for Without a Paddle, Shaggy Without Scooby. They need to make sure they don't drop the ball because the last couple Scream pales in comparison to the first couple. And again, I really think that right now they're going to swing for the fences here. Yeah, I'm watching my mom and dad are going to be so mad at me. Crazy, man. This is nuts. Yeah, like I said, Matthew Lillard returning, everything happening in one day is just, oh my gosh. But again, I can't not be excited. You know what I mean? Like, just because not only for people that haven't been here before or have never heard the story, Matthew Lillard is one of the absolute best people you could ever hope to meet. We were at Horror Hound in Cincinnati a couple of years ago. And, you know, the Matthew Lillard's line was huge line to meet Matthew. And they capped his line. So when you're at these conventions, if you guys haven't been, I'm not trying to talk to anybody like they're stupid. I just don't know who has and who hasn't been. If you haven't been to a convention, when they cap a line, it means that's done. Nobody else can get in line. The line's done. And it was pretty early in the day. But that's how big his line was. So Matthew found this out, that they capped his line. And he said, everybody hold on a second, please. He walked to the back. And to the people that were after the cap, he walked up and was high-fiving them all, giving them hugs real quick. And he didn't have to do that. He didn't make any money doing that, But he found out those people weren't going to get the chance to meet him that day. So he still wanted to make their day special. He went back, hugged everybody, gave them high fives. He then walked through his line and gave everybody high fives and hugs and was willing to listen to people and talk to people for a second that weren't going to be able to stand in line for a long time. And I've never, ever seen anybody do anything like that before at a convention. I've never seen anybody be that kind with their time. Every time we've met him, he's been the same. Every single time we've met him, he's been kind and willing to talk, and he'll sign anything for you. He's just seriously one of the sweetest guys in the world. And this is not new. This is something Ashley and I have talked about many, many times on the streams. And he just, when I was talking to him about SLC Punk, and I showed him, my punk rock nautical star tattoo, and I told him how much that movie meant to me. He's like, I always talk to people about Scream at these things, and we talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. He's like, so to actually talk about SLC Punk for a little bit, he's like, that movie was such a fun time. I had so much fun with that movie. I told him, I said, dude, every single time I watch that movie, I cry. It doesn't matter if I've seen it 1,000 times in a row, I will cry at the end of that movie. Lillard's performance is second to none in SLC Punk. And he plays the punk rock guy with the punk rock attitude and like what punk rock's really about, and I think Matthew as a person still feels that punk rock sensibility to him because that's how kind and sweet he is to everybody that's around him. I'll send that to you right after the stream. Scream, Hail Mary pass. They're trying, man. When he's trying to do the Matrix, 30 years later is insane. It is going to be 30 years next year. A part 2 like the Avengers. I would be fine with that, splitting it up. Stu faking a coma who's behind some of the Ghostface attacks. See, that's another thing, Kyle. We've talked. I think that they're going to come out and say he's the one that killed Dewey. If he's alive and it's not flashbacks, I think he's the one that killed Dewey. The day all Scream fans lost their minds and will never forget. Yep, Roman's coming back too. Yeah, absolutely. I think having him in Five Nights at Freddy's, he's already been announced for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That'll be announced for Scream 7. Good for him. I hope he does. Like I said, I'm torn. It's not that I don't want Matthew back. I just don't want Stu back after all this time. I wish we could have had at least some type of inkling that Stu was still around before this. I'm excited. I don't care what people think. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not trying to shit on anyone's parade here, guys. I don't want you to think that. If you're excited about Stu coming back, I am so excited for you. Was the one helping Stu his own death, and he pretended like he was a paramedic. Gave him that could definitely come into play. All right, love you, buddy. Thanks for stopping out. I saw Lillard interview with Dead Meat, and yeah, totally agree. He's one of the most wholesome people. Yes, he's so good. He is. He's a good ambassador for horror. He is. Oh, Serial Mom's great. Love Serial Mom. On the bright side, now that Stu's coming back, we could stop hearing Stu's a lot. Yes. The silver lining, we never got to hear it again. We know Stu's alive. We know he's coming back. The day I get to meet you guys, Matthew Lillard. Thanks, man. We're nowhere near Matthew's level, but thank you. I've been waiting for Stu for so long. And again, like I said, I am excited. I feel the same way you do, Connor. I think that I don't know. Like, I'm going to have to obviously wait and see what kind of role he has in the movie. I think at this point, though, Because there's another thing I've been thinking about. Like I said, I came right when I heard the news. Like the news broke, and I was like, look, I'm going to do a short real quick. I'm going to put the short out there for the universe, and then I'm going to go and I'm just going to stream so I can talk to people about it and get, see how other people are feeling. So I haven't had no time to think about this. Now that it's been announced that Lillard's coming back as Stu, how pissed are people going to be if it's just like a dream sequence or a flashback? Like this is going to be like, the people are going to be pissed now. They find out Stu's coming back, and then it turns out he's coming back for a flashback. Thinking about it more, it would be dumb to bring him back after all this time and kill him off. I'd be surprised if he returned to safe. Oh, that would be crazy. That would be nuts. Not even close, but they're all right. That's why you're coming to see me tomorrow. Me and Bill, Royal Rumble on Saturday. So stoked. I really wanted to see what Scream 3 could have done. See, I would have been so much happier if he came back in Scream 3. Like, I would have been so much happier. Like I literally just got out of the shower. Like, and my phone was blowing up. Like, blowing up. So I was like, shit, I got to get dressed real quick. I got to throw something together because this is huge news. Like, this is huge news for Scream fans. Like, me too, Hayden. I'm shocked. See, Spyglass going to find a way to F this one up. They better not just do a flashback. Can't wait for Rumble, brother. Yeah, so like now you're building that expectation of having him back and having him be alive. But to have him come back in like a dream sequence or a flashback is going to infuriate people. Like, people are going to be infuriated. But see, and that's the thing, like, they didn't really, they announced that a legacy character was coming back. They didn't announce it like this, like they did with Roman and Stu today. Like today, having them come out today is huge to do both of these at the same time for marketing reasons, obviously. I think that's a huge thing they did today. The thing is, a flashback or dream wouldn't make sense since he's aged unless they do a deep fake. I'm kind of excited. And just like they did with Billy, he's a hallucination or, yeah, like they bring him back and he reveals he's been Shaggy in order to hide out in the open. Yeah, guys, I was just on the other set. I was over across town at Warner Brothers filming Scooby-Doo. What is everybody mad about? I would do something like Psycho 2 where Stu is Norman Bates trying to right his wrongs if he's alive. That could, and how could that twist? Again, I still firmly believe that it's going to be, if Stu is alive, I firmly believe it's going to turn into Stu is the one that killed Dewey. I think that is something that'll happen. Stu was the one that killed Dewey. Stu's been gone for X amount of time. He's been in hiding. But then it comes back to, why didn't anybody know that he was alive? Like that. And I get it, like his parents were rich and they paid someone off. Someone in the chat said that earlier, which it's plausible. It really is plausible. But every time another attack happened, why wouldn't Stu be one of their very first suspects? If at least law enforcement would have to know he's alive, in hiding or whatever. Why would he not be a suspect every single time something like this goes down? That's what I really don't want. Like I said this earlier today about Roman. I'll be even more pissed if they do this with Stu. Because I think they had a chance of doing this with Roman. Roman's twin comes out of nowhere, hey, Sydney, I'm your other brother, like, which still would have been corny as shit. But to do it like that would really piss me off. Because nobody even talked about Stu's identical twin brother this whole time. I think it made a lot more sense is that Stu had a hard time accepting with love because nobody had ever said they loved him, which, and I see that, but we could talk about motives and stuff like that all day long. But man, like, how has he not been a suspect or anything like that this whole time? It's been a long time, 30 years, like 30-year gap with Stu being alive. At least it's not a Halloween 2018 gap. Yeah, we're not at 50 years, but, or was it 40? 40 years? We're not there, but damn, 30 years. The Brother Twisted 3, even as a kid, made me go, exactly. You know, I'm your half brother, and I've known about it the whole time, but you're only just now. And I'm the one that talked to Stu and Billy. Well, you couldn't do that shit to Stu and Billy. If he hasn't been a suspect, it could be because his parents are rich. And again, I believe that. Totally believe that. Totally plausible. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, and I know I'm stammering and stuttering. I'm used to having Ashley to bounce ideas off of, or someone else on the, live with me to talk about this stuff. My answer, Ken, is the TV did damage him, was put somewhere in like a hospital or home, brushing him off. Turns out he is a mastermind. But again, why would the police not ever go look into him as a suspect? Gonna be his brother, Drew. My favorite thing about Scream 3 was What If. That was my favorite Creed song. What If, easily. I'm officially out. Exactly. Yes, love Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 was my favorite. I mean, I can't say I'm in or out yet, obviously. I still will want to see a trailer. I still will want to see a synopsis and see what is happening throughout the movie. It's just a lot to digest in a quick amount of time. Stu coming back, Roman coming back, Mark Kincaid not being the Mark that Sydney is married to anymore. And not just that, guys, on top of all of that, everything else that we're talking about here, we also got to talk about how Isabel May, McKenna Grace, Mason Gooding's back, Asa Germain, Mark Consuelos is coming in, Joel McHale, Anna Camp, Mindy's back, Celeste O'Connor. This cast is gigantic for a Scream movie. So I mean, like right now, and this is right now. This is January 30th. This is not even. They haven't even started filming yet. Like we have not started filming yet. And right now we have Nev Campbell, Isabel May, Courtney Cox, McKenna Grace, Mason Gooding, Asa Germain, Mark Consuelos, Sam Reckner, Joel McHale, Anna Camp, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Celeste O'Connor, and then today Roman and Stu. Like that's a lot of people. I really hope they cut this into 2 different films. I do think that would be cool. Scream 7 Part 1 and Part 2. I would love that. Yes, Terrifier 4 is happening. We talked about that earlier tonight. With Terrifier 4, it's the end of the franchise, which to me is also crazy. Every time before now, whenever Damien Leone would talk about Terrifier 4, he would say it was the end of the Art the Clown legacy. Art the Clown is done after this. And then you come out and you see this is the end of the Terrifier franchise. And I'm just like, how the hell, what does Damien do from here? Like, where does he go from here? I mean, I think that he can only go up. I hope that he continues to work on original horror. I hope he doesn't start getting into remakes. I think that he can still do original horror really, really well. I agree. I do agree, Ashton. He was already supposed to return for Scream 3 until the script was leaked and they rewrote it, which is very, very true. I didn't think too much time's passed. Just my opinion. I hope that they deliver a great movie. I do. I hope that they make a great movie. I love McKenna Grace as well. Super huge McKenna Grace fan. Multiple Killers, Ghostface Cult, 3-hour Scream film. Break it up, man. Break it up into a couple parts. 2 parts is necessary. I think there's going to be a lot of people in it. I've lost all interest. Not going to lie, seeing Nev Campbell return, it must be a clusterfuck. They have bigger cast. It's huge. Like, it's a huge cast. It's like, holy shit. I don't think having this much cash is too much. I think they did the exact same thing with 6 and all the other Scream movies. Yeah, but I don't think they had a cast this big before. I could be wrong, but I think they had like this many, unless a lot of these are going to end up being side characters that aren't very important. There were rumors Scream 8 was in development, so it could be a duology or a trilogy, which I'd be fine with. On Triple H, love it. Love Paul Levesque going into the Hall of Fame. Absolutely love it. No one's more deserving. I have low expectation for this movie, but sometimes that exactly. And that's a good point. Maybe our expectations now are so low, but the people that love Stu, they are so excited. It's official, even bloody disgusting. Just send it to me. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, like our expectations are so low. After the friendly ghost, that would be dope. I think our expectations are going to be so low that they could, we could be surprised by Scream 7 now. With the fact that you have Stu and Roman coming back, like, again, I think that they put themselves in a lose-lose situation here. By them announcing Roman and Stu, it really makes me think that they're going to be part of a big dream/hallucination sequence where we find out, it's Sydney being haunted by the ghost faces, previous. And a lot of people are going to be fucking pissed that they got excited to see a flashback or a dream sequence of Stu. Scream, Infinity War, and Endgame. One thing I hate about 5 and 6 is that the new characters don't have the same charm. Right. But I think another thing now is people are going to die. We didn't get a lot of that in Scream 6, especially. I think now we're going to have a lot of death in Scream 7. And let's make it over the top. Is Stu the Thanos of these movies? He's going to have to be. What's up, Stacy? Me too. I'm really happy. Like I said, I did a short. Right, like I said it earlier, guys, and I'm not kidding. Like, I was literally, you can see my hair still wet. I was in the shower, and my phone was just bing, 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 bing. I got worried. I was like, oh shit, did someone get hurt or something? And I get out and I see this, and I'm just like, no way. So I created the short really quick, and I threw that out, and I was like, that's not good enough. I got to get other people's opinions on this. Like, I want to talk to you guys, your family. I want to know what you guys feel about this stuff too. Might as well announce Dewey at this point. Would you like to see? Yeah, absolutely. Find the origin of the mask and the hood. I would love that. You didn't have to, but you did. Of course. Thanks, buddy. Stu is the reason we want him as a killer because he doesn't give a shit. And again, I know I said this earlier, but for people that are joining late or that didn't hear me earlier, I'm not sad Matthew Lillard's coming back. I love the fact we're having Matthew Lillard back. I don't know how they're going to pull this off. Definitely could. Definitely could have a kid. Oh, he did. For sure. For sure. And he only kills what he thinks is either good or bad. I don't know what that is. I've never watched Rick and Morty, but I bet you my daughter would. Exactly. A lot of people will be pissed. Has anyone ever thought this franchise might jump the shark and bring in the supernatural? I hope not. I really, really fucking hope not. Like, I was already bummed enough about, Billy coming back and the way that he came back. That to me, at least it was explainable that it was only Sam that could see him and it was her dad. Whatever. Still didn't like it. But if they totally jumped the shark, I'll be so disappointed. So disappointed. Thank you, buddy. Samara was calling. Would you like to see a slasher tourney movie? Ghostface versus Freddy movie 1. Yeah, I would love that. Like almost like a what if Avengers thing. I would love to see that. Thank you, Stacy. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like T. Parker, J-Dev, we got to schedule those Scream 5 and 6 watch-alongs. So far, Scream 7 has 15 confirmed cast members, same as 1, 5, 6. 2 had 19, 3, 17, and 4, 18. Yeah, but I think that we're probably going to have, obviously, more announced casts after this, but maybe a lot more side characters then. So I feel like a lot of people, like in those movies, wow, this name is 1, 5, and 6. Huh. Well, I mean, ain't much else we could do except wait now. Jason versus Michael. Jason's gonna win. I think Stu is going to make 7 great. He's going to make people love 5 and 6 even more and no longer hate it. Wow, that's big swing. Yes, I guess. I'm excited for it. I want to see a trailer first. I hate the title Bloodline. I love the fact that Bloodline actually has a point in this one because it's, it goes back to, bloodlines of the people that were involved. But until we get a trailer or a full real synopsis, I kind of, iffy about it. But Trey Beones is in it, and I love him. He was Junior and Chucky, and he was good. So I would love to see that. Dude, I've heard that, and no, it was loud in person last year. I had a lot of people that were like, man, it didn't sound like it was. And I'm like, man, I don't know what you guys heard because it was loud as shit in there. I think that this year's going to be a little more because we didn't really have many cool things at last year's Rumble. We had Cody winning, R-Truth doing his funny shit. But I'm excited for Saturday. I'll be doing a video there. So, hopefully you guys can jump on. I'm going to try to go live. I can't promise because WWE is really, really big sticklers for stuff like that. But we will definitely have a video afterwards. We'll release a video after. Cool. Yeah, we're going to have to get you and J-Dev back on for 5 and 6 for sure. Jason mops the floor with Mikey. I much enjoyed part 3 and all of them. Psych for Final Destination, new one, and possibly a new Psycho movie. Oh, okay. Oz Perkins, that would be nuts. Oz Perkins directing a new Psycho would be what a full circle moment there. You talk about full circle moments. That's a full circle moment. It sucks we don't know how he is going to return. Yeah. Will Stu be dialed up again, or will they make him a clever? And see, there's so many questions now that we have. Considering Corey Hagen's the Chevy Chase from the Saturday Night film, I'm torn between Cena and Punk. I think it'll be Cena. I'd like for it to be Sami Zayn, but a Tesla explosion killer Final Destination Bloodline. Ooh, look at T. Parker digging up the dirt already. Like, it's weird. I got my phone on now, like right next to me, because usually, as you guys know, when we stream, I don't keep my phone on. I feel like that's rude. I'm sitting here hanging out with you guys, but I'm sitting here looking like, is more news coming out? Is more things going to happen at this point? Gail is an actor. I know she's probably gonna have a huge role in this movie now. Watch. She will have a huge role in this movie. I love Sammy. I've always loved Sammy. I think Sammy's main event level. It's hard to get over with the crowd the way Sammy is. He won't win because they're setting up the Sammy versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania match, which I think is going to be an epic match. Those two can do magnificent things together. But it's hard to get over with the crowd the way Sammy and Jey Uso have and be over for as long as they have been. To me, it's just about as amazing as the heat that Dominic Mysterio gets. Like, I can't remember a heel ever getting the heat that he does. Even like Ted DiBiase, when he was like offering kids money and taking it back and, kicking shit over. But no one's ever gotten the heat that Dom has. I think Dominic Mysterio is the best heel of all time in professional wrestling. I really do. Who should replace Robert Englund as Freddy? Oh, man. Richard Brake is a good choice. Someone said that earlier tonight. I like Richard Brake. I'd like to see like a no one, like somebody we've never heard of get the role. I think that would be cool. Yeah, just bring Randy and Cotton back at this point. Cotton Weary, baby. AJ Lee returning, that would be sick. Sydney Sweeney would be good for the Janet Lee. Oh, yeah, she would. That would be absolutely amazing. I hope they don't. I hope they don't make the good guy. I wouldn't want to see Stu as a good guy. I don't want to see that. Sammy, those are fucking onions. Yeah. Can't wait for next week's street. Yeah. It's going to be even crazier now. It's funny. Like, I get out of the shower. I check my phone. The first thing I do is I text Ashley, and then I text Kylie. I'm like, look at this shit. So because she'll be, obviously her and Tony are going to be around on Monday. So I wanted to get them kind of a heads up on it. It's getting there, but we'll see about longevity. Dominic's been doing this for years and still getting the same heat. Yeah. Sammy versus Seth and Orton, and possibly because I've heard that the way that they were going was Sammy versus Owens. That's the direction I heard. Vivica Fox for Pamela Voorhees and turn the franchise. I'd be fine with that. I'd be totally fine with that. Yeah, I'd be totally down with that. David Howard Thornton would. Yeah, I think you would. Maybe Stu did survive, have him in a mental institution. He files, documents are locked away. That's why everybody thinks he's dead, which definitely could be another big reason why we haven't heard from him. So, sorry this went on a little longer than I expected, guys, but man, I'm just in shock. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. And I'm still just unbelievably baffled by it. I think once we get closer, obviously, we'll have more answers, especially once we get a trailer. Oh, man. Man, I wish I had the words to really put into how I feel about this whole thing. What's my favorite Rumble year? Probably 96. 96 was a good one. 95 was great too, seeing Shawn Michaels go from 1 to 30 and win it. I'm a huge Shawn Michaels fan, so I'm going to pick one with Shawn for sure. I'm always going to. I'm getting paid tomorrow, so I'm either going to buy Alien Romulus 4K or South Park seasons 1 through 10. Can't go wrong with either one of them, brother. Could have been a witness protection or jailed where nobody would know. Today, that's just fair. It could be a real stretch of reality if it's anything but flashbacks. And that's what I don't want. A true where were you moment today. Yeah. In the damn shower. That is where I was when the news broke. And look, Ghostface is sitting right here with me. Ghostface is on my desk all the time, just chilling, hanging out with me, getting ready for his moment in the spotlight during my first horror movie episodes. It's a very surreal feeling. Yeah, 393 days till Scream 7. But who's counting? I think killing Randy was a mistake. I don't think killing Randy was a mistake. I think killing Randy that early was a mistake. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, is how early it happened. Multiple people live streaming about it. Well, there's multiple people and you guys chose to be here, so thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, if they do, it's gonna be a lot of de-aging, and it's gonna be just I don't want him to look fake like he did Billy did in Scream 5 and Scream 5. I didn't like the look of Billy in that. I just did it. Yeah, I'm looking. Geez, man, this is huge news right now. And again, good for everybody, man. I just can't believe it. I'm just in such shock right now that I'm happy that people are watching, and I'm happy that people are getting their input. I hope that there's a lot of you that are so excited about this and super happy about it. Of course, I acknowledge. As a young girl, I was a huge wrestling fan by Mount Rushmore. Hillbilly Jim, Junkyard Dog, Big John Studd, Ricky Steamboat's on my Rushmore. Ricky Steamboat's fantastic. My favorite match of all time is Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage, WrestleMania 3. Poetry in motion. Like, what an amazing match. Acknowledge the fact, yeah. They should have waited to kill Randy till 3. No, I don't think so. I think there's still people out there that are going to boycott or whatever, Scream 7 because of Melissa and Jenna. I mean, I don't think Jenna has anything really to do with it. But, I think that people are going to be like, no, I don't want nothing to do with it. Yeah, 6 was bad. Yep, same. I'm still trying to think how I feel about that. I think it was great that Billy became a hallucination ghost because he did mention the original about the whole Jodie Foster reference about the daughter, which absolutely. Does anyone think the sisters leaving the franchise will impact the box office? I think the returns are going to make up for it. I mean, Scream 6 is the biggest box office we've had. Oh, man. I don't know how they're going to do this. Like, I am so, like, I don't know. That's why they released it, because of people. Exactly. 100%. They're getting what they wanted right now. Bischoff, for sure. Cornette is a wrestling genius. Pro wrestling genius, Jim Cornette. If they're bringing back all the old ghost faces, if they keep it, Mickey would be amazing to see back taunting Sydney in ghost form, for sure. For sure. He's one of the few off-screen deaths, too, so he has to succumb to the gunshot wounds. How would you compare Matthew Lillard return to someone returning to the comic book genre? That's exactly what I would say it's like. That's a huge, huge comparison, because obviously, Toby being a hero, and coming in different, that made more sense to me. I mean, I can't say it made more sense because I haven't seen the Scream 6, 7 yet, but in a world like that, it makes more sense to see somebody come back like that because they have that interdimension and stuff like that. So that made sense. Maybe Scream 6 will do this. I don't know. Or 7. I'm sorry, Scream 7. It's decent. It very possibly will. I want to see some scenes in Japan where they do a geisha or sumo match and ghost faces there. Okay, that would be nice. I don't know about the sumo, but geisha would be good. Don't worry, I'm really excited about Stu coming back too.
Oh, what a lie!
No, I'm happy you guys are happy, man. See Kenny Omega, that's my Rushmore. Good Rushmore. I can picture you rushing out of the shower. I did, dude. Like, that's not a joke. Like, I was literally like, oh my gosh. I jumped out. Like I said, look, my hair is probably finally starting to dry. For those of you that just came in, I jumped out of the shower to come and do this. I jumped out of the shower because my phone was going crazy. I thought maybe somebody in my family was hurt or something, like the way my phone was blowing up. And then I was able to do a quick short and then jump on and talk to you guys about, because I wasn't even going to go live, honestly. I was just jumping. I was going to do a quick short and just, kind of feel out like where you guys were at, what you guys were thinking. And I was like, you know what? No way. I can't just do this as a short. Like, I got to get out and, like, I want to go live and talk to you guys and see what you guys are feeling, see what you guys are thinking. Because this is just nuts to me. Like, I'm again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that this movie obviously could do great things, like really good things. And I know a lot of people love Stu. I know a lot of people have been on the Stu train for a long time. Yes, I'm talking to you, Craven. And I'm happy for my friends that are happy right now. Everybody here in the chat that's happy that he's coming back. Like, that's what it's all about. Like, we're supposed to be like that. But, oh, man. It came as such a surprise. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, it does. That's why I have a hat on. Cody versus Joe Hendry, title versus title.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yes, I do. I really do. We all knew exactly. I did the gaming live stream. Like, We did. Like me and Chloe, we did the gaming live stream. We finished Man of Medan. And, I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to hop in the shower. I'm going to kind of, wind down for the day. I worked and then I got home. Right when I got home, we started the live stream so I could spend a little time with my daughter. Because that's kind of our thing that we do together. So, and then I go and I hop in the shower and I'm telling you guys, I'm in the shower. I'm rocking out the Coheed and Cambria. I'm getting all sudded up and then just bing, 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 bing. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't, and Kenny was gone. So I was about to, scream to him like, yo, what's up? So my son's gone. My wife's gone. My phone's going off like crazy. So I'm like, did something happen? So I wash up real quick, dry off, get out, and I look at it, and I'm like, what the fuck? No way, this is real. So, Scream 7's popcorn bucket will be the TV that killed Stu. Let's go. Me too. I haven't heard from other peers. Well, I hope they do. I hope they do react to it. I would love to get their opinions as well. I would love to watch them. It could be good, but I'm worried that Spyglass is going to retcon. Exactly. I don't want any retconning of this film, of these films at all. If they get in the mindset of Wes Craven, I hope so. Is Lewis one of the biggest news in the history of horror since the internet? He died in the movie so long ago. This is a huge news that predates YouTube and modern movie news. Agree. I agree with that too. I love the TNA thing. Good character stab. That would be awesome. I would really like that actually. And like I said, we could stop with the whole Stu was in the background of Scream 2. Stu was in Scream 5 as Chrome Face. Now we can just say Stu's back. Matthew Lillard's back. And it's a cool feeling, man. Like it is. Like, as much as I don't like the idea of it, hopefully the execution is on par with what it should be. I'm not leaving quite yet. I'm hoping to get Ashley in here. She's at work. I'm hoping to get her in here just for a couple seconds to get her opinion on this. And then, I'll log off for the night. I'm just waiting to hear back from her. Lillard, yeah, he's great in everything he does. Cena, Batista, or Rock acting-wise, Batista. I know that's probably not the most popular choice, but I think he's the most diverse. Seeing him play in Guardians of the Galaxy versus seeing him in Stuber versus seeing him in Knock at the Cabin, like he has depth as an actor where a lot of Dwayne Johnson and John Cena roles are the same character repeated, which, it's fine, that's fine. But I think Dave Bautista shows a lot more depth as an actor than what I've ever seen out of Dwayne Johnson or John Cena. But again, that's just me. I'm not shitting on movies that have The Rock or John Cena in them. What was that one John Cena did that was really funny where they had like teenage girls and the girls went out, like whatever. That was funny. It was a funny movie. I love The Game Plan with The Rock. I know it's one of his earlier films, but I love that movie. Yeah. I look like an idiot now. Stu part Frankenstein. Something I realized kind of the franchise also has a continuous timeline with no reboots or remakes. Exactly. Linear franchise. Like it's all been a straight line on this whole franchise. And now all of a sudden it's just like, hey, we're bringing back the guy that was supposed to be dead 30 years ago. And it's just, oh boy. Oh boy. There's very few options for bringing Stu back successfully and a ton of ways to mess it up. Asking permission to post a screenshot of Joe Hendry in the stream in the Bird Musk app in hopes that Joe. Of course. Have you seen 12 Rounds? We love that movie. I have not seen 12 Rounds. I have not seen that. Transformers, John Cena was funny. The first one is great. 12 Rounds. I don't think I've ever even heard of that. I'll have to check that out. Exciting for the franchise. So one last thing here before I'm trying to get Ashley on. Texting her one more time. What direction do you guys think they're going to go? Not just with Stu, but with Roman. What direction are you thinking they're going to go with these two characters? I would love to get your guys' insight before we log off. I'm hoping Ashley can jump on. I'm hoping she can again, she's working, so I can't make promises, but I hope that she can just jump on for a couple seconds, just to be able to talk. Oh, what are your thoughts, man?
My thoughts?
Matthew Lillard is officially returning for Scream 7 as Stu.
I don't know. Bring it on, I guess. I mean, they're pulling at everything at this point.
That's what I said. I said that we got Roman returning today. We got Stu returning today. I said they're just throwing as much shit at the wall as they can, hoping it sticks.
They're going to retcon the fuck out of the rest of these movies.
See, and something that we've been talking about in the chat, Ashton says hello. Prince says hello. Connor says hello.
Hey, guys.
With them announcing, T. Parker says hello.
Hi, everyone in the chat.
With them announcing today that we're going to have a return of Stu and a return of Roman, how likely do you think it's going to be that these guys are coming back in like a Ghostface flashback sequence to haunt Nev at some point in the movie?
I mean, that's probably most likely what would be happen. I mean, if not, then they're going to retcon everything that's already happened. So it's probably, yeah, like you said, flashbacks, things like that would be my guess.
Do you think that there's a chance that they do that and piss off a lot of Stu fans that are now excited that Stu's coming back?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, I think they've kind of wrote themselves in a lose-lose. I think if they bring him back, there's going to be a lot of people that are like, it's unrealistic. It's been 30 years.
They wrote themselves in a lose-lose when they fired Melissa. And then, you know, we had Jenna Ortega quit. Like, they screwed themselves from the beginning.
Yeah. So
I'm going to watch it, but I just hope it's the end.
do you think that this increases or decreases your excitement of the film?
I haven't really been that excited for it, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm more excited just for it to be over, which is kind of sad.
I think I'm with you. Like, I'm excited for the discourse and all the bullshit and people being all shitty about everything to just be done with.
Yeah, which it kind of makes me sad because, you know, Scream.
We love this franchise.
Yeah, Scream means a lot to us.
Right. How are you feeling?
I feel like poop, and I'm very busy, but I did want to stop in and say hello to everybody.
All right. Well, you go. Be a hero.
Thanks.
All right. I love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
If they retcon anything, I mean anything, I swear to God, I will track down the creator of this BS and Ghostface the crap out of him. Just kidding. That's how I feel. Yeah. So we got Ashley's opinion. I got your guys' opinions. Thank you guys for stopping out. It really means a lot. You guys came out to hang out for a little bit. I know we didn't schedule this. I know this was short notice, and the fact that you guys still came out just to hang out for a little bit seriously means a lot. So thank you guys for doing that. So I am going to sign off. No, she does not work at Walmart. She is a respiratory therapist. She saves lives. Yeah, she's the shit. Like, horror queen, beautiful, superhero. Like, she does a little bit of everything. I'm very lucky to have the wife that I have. Thank God we got together in high school and she still likes me. 20 years and she still likes me. So I'm pretty blessed. So, like I said, guys, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help the channel more than you know. And follow SledgeHammer Horror on social media. Our links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror, stay what you are, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.